So here we have the Air Jordan 4 RM Canyon Rust in sail and black. So I wanted to sort of take a look at these sneakers because these are more of the GR versions compared to the Nigel Sylvester collab. And so it's one of those trainers that, you know, I suppose when you sort of see a GR version, you can do a sort of comparison to see which one's sort of nicer, I guess. The box is very much a Jordan 4 type box, so I'm not sure why they have green on this because there's no green on the sneaker itself. But it's got the sort of splatter print that you would see on a Jordan 4 box, and it's got that open lid style mechanism. And these came out just in time for, I suppose, the going back to school time. So, and because they're sort of more reasonably priced compared to a sort of standard pair of Jordan 4s, I think with the younger crowd they might be more popular. And you also get some laces with this as well, which is a white pair, which I think will go nicely with this particular sneaker. The Jordan 4 RM is a new silhouette, so it did come out this year, 2024. And it's what they're referring to as being a resto mod. So it's taken the original Jordan 4 and it's supposed to be, you know, improving and making it better than what was before. And that's kind of the meaning for resto mod, really. So, and you know, updating it with the latest tech and that kind of stuff. And these were primarily made for action sports, so that's the reason why the original pair was, you know, Nigel Sylvester collab, because it was in collaboration with him to sort of make these work for, like I said, more sort of action sport orientated, so BMX, skateboarding, you know, that kind of thing. And the TPU overlay on all the models were influenced by, you know, BMX bicycle frame, and that's the entire upper is covered in this TPU overlay. And so for that reason, it's supposed to provide more structure and stability to the shoe on the upper. So with the details, this comes in a sail black, white, and coconut milk. And out of the 4 GR colorways that are released, this is the one that sort of spoke to me. I think this one looks the nicest in my opinion. And these ones also have a plush collar, so it's mainly to keep you sort of locked in place, really. Because again, like I said, because it's used for sort of action sports, it's for that kind of use, really. So that's the reason why you have this sort of plush collar, to kind of keep you sort of locked in and give you that sort of feel of, you know, being cushioned very well as well for things like impact and, you know, sort of heel slippage as well, I guess. And apparently these have a lowered heel, so if you compare them to a standard Jordan 4, they do feel slightly lower. So they've done some work in here in the midsole to make it slightly lower, and you can feel a bit more ground feel than you usually would in a Jordan 4. And like I said, the TPU overlay does sort of provide support. So it's mainly there as a sort of lockdown mechanism, so that's where you have it on the front holes and then also on the back. And then also you have the polyurethane midsole, so this entire midsole is polyurethane, and it also has like an airbag in the heel, and there's supposed to be one in the forefoot as well, but I'm not particularly sure if this one actually has an airbag in the front. But it does say Jordan 4 tooling, so I'm assuming it does, but to be honest, I can't feel it as much as I would do in the Jordan 4. And it's made up of all leather, suede and mesh materials, so you can probably see that on here. Usually when they have leather materials, they tend to use, I suppose, okay materials, but to me, I'm not a leather expert, it doesn't feel synthetic. It feels quite nice to the touch and quite sort of soft, and same along the sort of heel lining as well. This one feels the same sort of leather, but like I said, I'm not sure if it's synthetic, but it does feel quite nice to the press, so I'm assuming it's real. And then on the upper, compared to sort of the Nigel Sylvester versions, you have a mesh upper here, so the tongue and also the overlays under the TPU overlay, you have like a mesh material, and that's mainly sort of breathability, so it gives you that sort of slightly different look as well, I suppose, and different textures of materials. And then around the toe area, you've got this sort of rough suede material, really. I don't think it's, to me, it feels maybe a little bit like cracked leather, but maybe it's more sort of nubucky material, but it's got this sort of rough sort of feeling suede, I guess. And the price on these is £135, which I think is reasonable considering you get a Jordan 4 tooling. So with the comfort and sizing, much like any other sort of Jordan 4 really, these are on the firm side, so you do feel like you sit lower to the ground like I said earlier, but it's not like soft and squishy. Obviously the airbags there for more sort of impact protection really, but you know, it's not like it feels horrible on foot, but just, you know, you're not going to get a soft feeling sneaker. It's very much firm and low to the ground. And again, like I say, with because it being an action sport type sneaker, there's not really much arch support, so it's supposed to be flat for the purpose of, like I said, when you're doing skateboarding or, you know, on the bicycle, you know, pedaling, and that's mainly why this, you know, it's been created in that way to allow you to do that. And I think similar to sort of a Jordan 4, maybe slightly less, the wearing time for these is probably around sort of 4 to 10 hours. It's pretty okay to wear out of the box. I get a little bit of pinky toe issue, not as much as a standard Jordan 4, but just to warn you, you do sort of get that if you have a wide foot, which I have. And I think once you sort of worn it in a bit, this does sort of loosen up after a while, so it should be fine after that. And I would recommend going up half size, like I said, because I have a wide foot. I did go up half size and I feel better for it, but I think true to size pretty much should work for everyone. But if you're, you know, looking at its sizing comparisons, then this is probably the same as what you'd wear on a standard Jordan 4. And because it's using the same outsole as the Jordan 4, it's got herringbone traction on there, and you can sort of see that on here. It's got this nice sort of pivot point on the front of the sneaker as well to allow you to have that bend. So all in all, I think it works well. So with the look and style, I do like the black and white colour blocking, and I also like this kind of burgundy outsole touches that they've got going on, and the sail midsole. I think it works with this particular colourway. And I also like the Nike Air on the back as well. So this is similar to the Nigel Sylvester version. Usually you'd have, you know, with the Nigel Sylvester one it had Bike Air, but this one's got Nike Air. And what I will say is that it's quite strange to sort of see this on a new silhouette, because usually the Nike Air is reserved for sort of retros and OG colourways. And it's one for sort of spring autumn time in my opinion. I think this is a sneaker that, you know, not to say that you couldn't wear it autumn winter time, but I would sort of wear these more sort of spring summer time because of the fact that they're sort of more low sneakers, and then also you have like the mesh breathability. I think they're sort of perfect for that kind of weather. And these are sort of more casual wear. Again, they have that sort of streetwear vibe, similar to an SB Dunk really, or a Jordan 4. It's very sort of street type wear, so, you know, good with going with little cargos or even shorts during the sort of springtime. And it comes with the black laces anyway, and then you get a white pair as well, but there's no reason why you couldn't put in grey or even sort of a sail pair to kind of match the rest of the sneaker. So you got, you know, plenty of options to go with. So the final thoughts, I do like the materials on this. I think, to me, the material feels quite nice on the toe box. The suede is, you know, more on the sort of rougher side, nubuck material. But overall, I think the shoe build is pretty nice actually, and it works well. I think the only thing is, it's just, there's a few marks on this particular sneaker here and there. And I do like the price as well, at £135. Usually Jordan brand, they seem to charge a lot for retros, but for this model they've gone, I suppose, at a good sort of reasonable price. I mean, if you compare it to, say, a Jordan 1, this obviously has more tech in it and it's like a newer silhouette, so I'm kind of glad that they've taken that route. With the cons, I think the comfort, the reason I bring that up is it's fine for everyday wear, but it's one of those things that it's not so, you know, it's not going to be mind-blowing in terms of comfort. It's very sort of standard stuff. And like I said, I get a little bit of pinky toe pressure, but I think that will go. It's not as bad as a Jordan 4, standard Jordan 4, but do expect that if you have a wide foot. So with the ratings, I give the look and style for this a 4 out of 5. I think they look nice on foot. And for me, it's one of those ones, out of all of the ones that I've released so far, it's doing something different with the colour blocking, and usually it's quite sort of monotone from what all the sneakers I've seen so far, and this is the only one that's, I suppose, gone a slightly different route. And the comfort, I'm going to give that a 4. It's okay, it's fine, and it does the job. It's not like amazing. I don't think this is as bad as a 3, because at the end of the day, it's a firm sneaker, but it's still comfortable. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 4. I don't think it's as nice as obviously the Nigel Sylvester pair, which has really good materials on them. However, with this one, it's just a little bit below that. And the pricing, I'm going to give that a 5. I think, like I said earlier, it's it's a new silhouette at the end of the day, even though it's using a Jordan 4 midsole outsole tooling. At the same time, you know, I think they've come in at a good price considering a standard Jordan 4's sort of price £210 now. And that's why I overall give it a 4 out of 5. It's not like a mind-blowing sneaker, and it's not something that come out of the the gates where you kind of go, oh, you know, this is really, really nice, but at the same time, it's a solid shoe, and especially if you're on a budget and you want that Jordan 4 type look, or you know, you're more into sort of your action sports, and it's a good sort of sneaker to pick up. And I think, you know, for the younger crowd, I think it's something that does work for them as well, and I think it's a, you know, a cool sneaker at the end of the day.